Hi guys, welcome to Nepali Brew channel again. This is Chuck here. We are here today bringing another beer brewing video, showing you how to sanitize your equipment and transfer to the fermenter. This is a video from one of our good friends, Mr. Stubby from Texas Brewing.
Alright, okay, now that we have our bucket sanitized, we're going to add our beer that's in our pot into our bucket. Now this is a very good idea at this point. You want to oxygenate your wort. It's very important for yeast to be able to reproduce. So what I do without an oxygenation system is just basically splashing the wort into the fermenter. Now you might want to do this outside. You can potentially make a big mess, but for our purposes here, we're just going to pour it in the bucket. And you can see too that we have star sand right in there. No big deal. Have a little bit of foam, that's fine. Okay. I got a little bit of hot particles. I don't necessarily need to get all of that in there. If you get some in there, no big deal. I'll just leave most of that behind and pour that down the sink. Okay, now what we're going to do now at this point is to add our cold water up to the 5-gallon mark. And like I said earlier, we had gotten the wort down already all the way down to 85 degrees. Now you can get it down to probably about 100 degrees before you add the cold water, and that'll probably take you down to about your pitch temperature. Now what I did is I did save a little bit of star sand so I could put my hydrometer, my airlock, as well as my thermometer. So we're going to test, make sure our wort temperature is not too hot before we add our yeast. Okay, so all right, that 2 gallons puts us right at the 5-gallon mark. So we're going to be able to test our temperature now and make sure that we're not too hot. Okay, so we're sitting right at 70 degrees, which is actually pretty cold. So that's not a bad thing. You just don't want to get it too terribly cold, but 70 degrees will work just fine. Now the next thing is we're going to take a hydrometer reading. This is going to tell us how much sugar is in solution. On your kit, you're going to have an original gravity and a final gravity. Now these are estimations. Sometimes they will be close, sometimes they'll be way off, but more often than not they're going to be really close to your numbers. So what we're going to do is, you can use this a couple different ways. We got this straight out of the sanitizer, so we're going to put it right into the wort and see approximately what we're looking at. Now with this much foam, it's pretty hard to tell exactly where our wort's at, so or our gravity reading is at, so we need to maybe move this around a little bit. Okay. Looks like we're about at 1042. If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty close to where we're supposed to be on our original gravity. We're actually supposed to be at 1046, but that's pretty close. So we may be a couple tenths of % off, but that's not going to have an effect on the overall beer. You also have to remember too that this hydrometer is calibrated at 60 degrees, so it will make a difference if it's a little warmer. All right, so we're going to record that down as 1042, and we're going to add our yeast at this point.